Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to This Week in Animation, the show where we give you all of the latest animation news. How's everybody doing today? Y'all had an interesting week? Lord knows I did. I hope all my American viewers had a nice Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend was pretty decent for me, but went out of town, went to all the way to Charleston, West Virginia, which is about an hour drive from my place, and went on Labor Day itself. I went to see the Fathom Events showing of Coraline. It was great to see that movie in the theaters. But hey, right now I'm here, and right now I'm going to be telling you all the latest animation news. Uh, we had a pretty stacked week last week, and this week with no exception, with tons of animation news releasing every single day, multiple huge pieces of news. There's definitely some that are more huge than others, but it's definitely a lot of animation news that has been released. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into the word. First things off, we got a brand new poster for Transformers 1. As you can see, we have Optimus Prime and Megatron about to face each other off, saying, "One will defend." And this is promote the film being in real D3D. Not a bad poster right over here. Definitely not my favorite poster for the film, but not a bad one. And yes, if you guys are interested, Transformers 1 is set to be released in theaters on September 20th, the first animated Transformers film in over 30 plus years. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Okay, so Michael Keaton said something pretty interesting about one of his more recent performances in 2019's Dumbo. He said that was a performance where he ended up letting director Tim Burton down, stating simply, "I sucked." And, let's find the full quote right over here. "I love working with Tim so much, but I don't think we ever really analyze why we work pretty well together. We just do." And we go further down. "I think I let him down on one movie, but that's just me, and it bugs me to this day. I was clueless on Dumbo. I sucked in Dumbo." And Michael, you're a really good actor. Really great. Can't wait to see you in Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice. But you did absolutely suck in Dumbo. You were not good. He was that whole movie was just not good. I appreciate them trying to do something different and wasn't just trying to redo the first film, but oh my god, a good movie that did not make. And one of the big outliers was Michael Keaton's performance as the villain, which is crazy because usually when you have Michael Keaton as the villain in your film, that's a recipe for success, especially with Tim Burton as the director, but was not meant to be. And it's kind of funny looking back at the Dumbo remake because, in a way, not only did Michael Keaton let Tim Burton down, I think Tim Burton let Disney down, not just because the film sucked and was a flop, but Dumbo is one of the only Disney live action remakes that was directed by a Disney animator. So, an actual Disney animator, Tim Burton, is like, "I'm gonna remake a Disney movie on live action." But to give Tim Burton some credit here, he the two ones he made, Alice in Wonderland and Dumbo, he didn't just try to redo the movies, he definitely tried to do more of his own take on the source material. And, if it wasn't for Disney's constant studio interference with those films, maybe his own takes on the properties would have been something really special. I mean, we don't necessarily know how much studio interference was on Dumbo, but we definitely know that Disney was responsible for a lot of the dumb decisions made for Alice in Wonderland, where Tim Burton really wanted to try something new, but ended up just playing dress up with his friends and his wife. So, eh, either way, I'm kind of glad that Tim Burton's starting to get his A game back. Wednesday did pretty well, and Beetlejuice is getting really good reviews already, and the film isn't even out yet. Not to mention, Beetlejuice managed to re-spark his passion for filmmaking. So that's definitely going to get me excited to see whatever he has up cooking next. But we'll get back to Tim Burton in a minute. Right now, yeah, I agree with you, Michael. Okay, so we got a bit of an interesting update on the Pharrell Williams biopic, Piece by Piece. And by interesting update, I mean we got to look at the poster, look at a brand new poster. But before we go down, we got a little bit of a look on all of the different celebrities that will be in the film, all the different musicians outside of Pharrell Williams, all these different celebrities we get to see in Lego form. So we get to feature Gwen Stefani, Kendrick Lamar, uh, Timbaland, and Snoop Dogg. As you can see, there's Snoop Dogg right there, and there's Pharrell Williams as a Lego. And boom, this is the new poster that has been revealed. We got fucking Daft Punk in this film. Hell yeah. Kendrick Lamar is here somewhere. And it. Is that fucking Pink? It looked a lot like Pink. Or is that Gwen Stefani? I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell in Lego. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people were very hesitant over a Pharrell Williams Lego biopic. Like, Pharrell Williams is telling his life story through Lego, but, you know, judging by those trailers, it surprisingly looks really fucking good. Like, it has zero right looking this good with the animation alone, let alone it being a genuinely interesting film. And, obviously I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely intrigued judging off of the trailers we have seen and all the different promotional pieces. I feel that it's going to be overshadowed a little bit because it does come out the same day as Terrifier 3 and Saturday Night. Although those two films are looking for very different audiences compared to Piece by Piece, but still, would you rather go watch the Halloween movie in October or another Lego movie? Either way, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to Piece by Piece. I'm definitely going to check this out once it comes to theaters. And I'm not even that big of a Pharrell Williams fan. I'm more of a Lego guy, so I'll definitely be checking out for that factor. Uh, so yeah, what do you guys think of Piece by Piece? Okay, so some of the bigger pieces of animation news is that Wendy's will be officially releasing a real life Krabby Patty. Yes, you've heard me you've heard me right. Wendy's will be making a real life Krabby Patty. For whatever reason, this Today article does not show the picture, but it'll be available in Wendy's restaurants worldwide on October 8th. For the past 25 years, kids all over the world have wanted to figure out what the Krabby Patty tastes like, and It looks like we're finally going to be able to figure it out, thanks to Wendy's. Now, I don't know if we're gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be available till November 11th, so we better get on it. Make God, I hate the fact that SpongeBob month already happened this year, because this would make one hell of a SpongeBob month video. I don't know, maybe I'll save it for next year, but either way, this is definitely exciting. Although I think that Paramount kind of blew the ball here because, well, if they're making the Krabby Patty a real dish, that means that there's going to be an ingredient, which means somebody will know the formula to the Krabby Patty. Could this mean that we will finally know the secret ingredient to the Krabby Patty after all of these years? Who knows? Only time will tell. Moving right along, we got a new look at the upcoming Wallace and Gromit film. Uh, we got our first look at the brand new character. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Brand new character, Norbot the Smart Gnome, which appears to be a robotic gnome, which, yeah, that seems to fit. The film is called Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. I believe this is the first Wallace and Gromit project after the original voice of Wallace's death. Here we have a behind the scenes shot of them shooting the film. And yeah, this should be. Yeah, the characters have been pretty vacant ever since their last short was released in 2008. Not a whole lot has been done with them. Aardman has mainly been focusing on making other different things, other films, and mostly exploring Shaun the Sheep, the Wallace and Gromit spinoff. But seems that Shaun the Sheep has run its course and is now time to bring back the OG duo in a brand new animated film for Netflix. Now, the last time Aardman attempted to make a follow up to one of their earlier films, Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget, wasn't very good and was just another pointless sequel. So hopefully it will be more on the Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon side than Dawn of the Nugget side. I just realized this article from Deadline was written by somebody I know. Well, not actually somebody I know, but they share the same name. So that's funny. I'll have to text him about that later. But either way, what do you guys think of the future of Wallace and Gromit? Okay, so the singer of the Pokemon theme song will now be singing the theme song for a brand new children's show called Duncan's Flying Tugboat. They will be singing this alongside TikTok Sunglasses Kid, whatever the fuck that is. And do we know when this cartoon's going to be out? Coming soon. It's not a cartoon. It is a. Oh yeah, that's a cartoon. They are also developing a Roblox game and iOS storybook app for Duncan. So, studio is probably putting a lot in on these Duncan guys. So, yeah, we'll see if it's any good. Okay, so the SCAD Animation Fest will honor the industry legend Genndy Tartakovsky. So they're going to have a special showcase and celebration of animation legend Genndy Tartakovsky. So, SCAD Animation Fest is an animation festival held in Atlanta from September 26th to September 28th. And they will be highlighting the life and career of Genndy Tartakovsky. Genndy Tartakovsky was the creator of so many beloved cartoons for decades, throughout the decades. such as Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, Star Wars Clone Wars, Symbiotic Titan, Primal, and most recently, Unicorn Warriors Eternal, and director of films such as the first three Hotel Transylvania films, and the upcoming Fixed. Thursday schedule kicks off with a behind-the-scenes presentation of the upcoming Max Original series from DC Studios and Warner Bros. Animation Creature Commandos. So this is some of the other highlights that they're going to be featuring there, such as a little trailer that we'll be looking at later. Some updates on Blue Eye Samurai. Okay. Old Pinocchio. The making of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Fantastic movie. Oh my god. But yeah, basically the big TLDR thing is the honor of Genndy Tartakovsky and a few other things. I've always really loved Genndy Tartakovsky. I love how versatile he is with his animation projects, where he can make something that is fun and wacky, like Dexter's Lab or his films, namely Hotel Transylvania, but he is also fully capable of making a serious, grounded, captivating action show like Samurai Jack, like The Clone Wars, like Primal. And he's always so like versatile, not just in the style and the tone of his shows, but in the target audience. Like he can make something geared towards all audiences, like Dexter or early Samurai Jack or Unicorn Warriors Eternals or Hotel Transylvania, but he is definitely capable of making something for adults, like the final season of Samurai Jack, like Primal, and even his upcoming film Fixed, if that ever gets released. So, I've always really admired this man and what he has been able to accomplish for the animation industry across both television and film. Not that many animation directors can say that they have managed to become a powerful force in both television and film, the same way Tartakovsky can. I think the only person who can really claim that is two people really, Walt Disney and Seth MacFarlane. But even then, Disney didn't really make animated shows, and MacFarlane has yet to make an animated movie. Although he's been talking about making a Family Guy movie for a while now, but he hasn't gotten around to it yet. But Genndy Tartakovsky is truly an animation powerhouse that really shows no sign of stopping. Okay, moving right along. Angel Studios has announced the show Wing Feather has been renewed for a third season. Now, what the fuck is Wing Feather Saga? So, apparently, crowdfunding production company Angel Studios announces that season 3 of its animated series, The Wing Feather Saga, has received full funding commitment and is moving into production. The Wing Feather Saga is billed as the #1 crowdfunded animated family series in history, with over $8.2 million raised over 10,000 investors. So that's pretty neat. The Wingfeather Saga chronicles the adventures and transformations of the Igby family as they discover the secrets of their family history, flee the evil fangs of Dang, what do they call it that? Seek their place in the world and make a stand against the mysterious ruler, Gnag the Nameless. You just named him. They will need their special gifts and all of the love of their noble mother and ex-pirate grandfather to survive. So, Angel Studios has become pretty infamous for being yet another Christian media company. They don't seem to be like as like controversial as say PureFlix, but they have been known to be Christian media companies. So I think they're responsible for the Chosen series. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know they definitely made Sound of Freedom. That was like the first big thing that they made that got a lot of people talking about them. I've yet to watch Sound of Freedom, although I've heard very mixed things about it. Although I've never heard of this animated series that they made. I didn't even know they made animated series, but apparently they did. And it doesn't look bad. I don't know if this is going to be any good, although the show's out. The show is out. It's been renewed for season 3. So maybe this show is actually really good. I mean, I got a third season, but for all I know, this could be the worst show ever made. Although I haven't heard like really anybody on both sides like either praising or dissing this show, so I don't fucking know. But either way, it's getting renewed for a third season. Wow. Most shows these days are lucky to get 2. Okay, so what's going on right over here? Maxon Tools powers summer blockbusters. Inside Out 2, Godzilla X Con, and The Watchers. What we got? Perhaps contrary to the sunshine and warm weather that summertime brings, it's also known as a season in which the best films are released. Okay, so this person basically just expresses how great summer blockbusters are. Here we got a behind the scenes image of Inside Out 2, lots of concept art. Oh, there's Kong, Godzilla. Oh, The Watchers. It's funny, like, out of all the movies to come out in the summer of 2024, you pick, obviously, the most successful movie of the year, Inside Out 2, but you pick Godzilla X Kong: A New Empire, which wasn't even released in the summer, and you get a film that wasn't even in theaters for a month. Like, like I know this summer was kind of ruled by Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, but I don't know. Maybe a more appropriate film to kind of be dropped on here as like a big successful film for the summer would be A Quiet Place Day One. But even then, it didn't do amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I haven't watched The Watchers, ironically. Okay, so shit. Dandaloo to animate. I just went through fucking puberty. Okay, Dandaloo to animate 2D kids series Max and Rabbit for Canal Plus. What the fuck is Canal Plus? Is it another fucking? Fuck it. I'm googling Canal Plus right now. We're gonna figure out what the hell this thing is. Canal Plus. Canal Plus. Okay, so it's a French. So it is a French streaming service. Okay, it's French. That's all I needed to know. All right, that's a spoiler for later, but you know, this is definitely giving me some children's book vibes. I bet it's based on a children's book. I bet strong money that Max and Rabbit is based on a children's book. And in particular, it definitely reminded me of Kippo. The show about the orange dog. Almost said purple dog, but don't look bad. Kids might like it. Okay, so the filmmakers of The Wild Robot have given some detail on what it was like to make the film. And each new thing I hear about this movie, the more excited I am. Because, god damn, look at this story art! Look at this story art! This belongs in a fucking museum! Ah, this should be on somebody's wall. This should be on my wall right now, right above me. Oh my god! That's so fucking beautiful. Oh, we got a quote from director Chris Sanders. I think we reconnected with something that we lost connection with so long ago. I think that the wild robot is nothing but strengths. Yes, Chris Sanders, you definitely gained touch back with your ability to direct, because the last movie you directed was bad. The last movie he directed was indeed A Call of the Wild, his first and so far only live action film, which is ironic because that film really should have been animated. We got another beautiful shot right over here. Oh, we got another quote from the head of story, Heidi Jo Gilbert. It was about figuring out what Roz's larger journey was, and how we could create the conflict and the emotion that we need to start to finish. Okay. Okay. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Oh my god. This concept art is some of the most beautiful concept art I have ever seen. And just looking at like the final film, this is also some of the most beautiful computer animation I have ever seen. And I think what's really great about, like, say, this art style, that it's not trying to be realistic in the slightest. It is definitely going for a very stylized look. And they completely knocked it out of the park. This looks amazing. So, so good. Do we have any other quotes? Oh my god. This this looks amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, if you guys are interested in the Wild Robot, please, it's coming out on September 27th. This is going to be a masterpiece. Mark my words. Okay, so Warner Brothers has announced that they are going to be doing something really special with the Looney Tunes in the next few years, starting somewhere around 2028. Do we have a quote here? It's incredibly difficult to envision how WBD might resurrect the Looney Tunes franchise in theatrical form, as long as the company is being led by Zaslav. WBD's current approach to these prized characters is utterly incomprehensible, as the company has recently produced two Looney Tunes movies and chosen not to release them. Distribution of its hand drawn film, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, was farmed out to the European distribution company GFM Animation, which is in turn sold the film to a no-name American distributor called Ketchup Entertainment, a low wattage firm that was. And, they go on to talk about Coyote versus Acme as well. But, this article basically just declares on how ludicrous Warner Brothers has been handling the Looney Tunes lately, and how as long as David Zaslav is in charge of the company, nothing is going to be done with these characters. Like, they have fully been, like, the most recent animated film, the next one has been sold off to another company to release, and they canceled the fully completed Coyote versus Acme, and they also canceled Bye Bye Bunny, a Looney Tunes musical, which, if you're going to cancel a musical with popular characters that will get asses in seats, and not to mention it's a musical, so you're going to make money off of people streaming the songs, like, are you even doing business correctly at that point? Like, are you even doing your job at running a movie studio correctly. Are you doing a job and making money? Are you allergic to making money, as Noah Toon says it? I've always stated that Warner Brothers is the billion-dollar corporation that hates making money because they keep canceling shit that will make them so much money. Like a fully animated Looney Tunes movie, and they sold it off to another company. Thankfully, once Zaslav's contract runs out with Warner Brothers, they are going to be going full force in terms of releasing Looney Tunes content because the only stuff that they've allowed to be released has been Space Jam and Tiny Toons. Like, not like full force, these are the Looney Tunes, you know? Like, unless the Looney Tunes are playing basketball or are children, Warner Brothers doesn't seem to care these days, which is very sad, given on how important they are to the company's legacy and just the history of film in general. Regardless, I'm still looking forward to the day the Earth blows up, if it eventually gets released here nationwide, and hopefully, Coyote versus Acme and maybe Bye Bye Bunny will also get a wide release. Or maybe someone will pirate it. Arg. Anyways, moving on. Speaking of Warner Brothers, Rick and Morty made an interesting video to tie in with the release of the Rick and Morty anime. Basically, they recreated the intro to Batman the Animated Series, but did something completely new by adding in the Rick and Morty characters. This was all done to promote Rick and Morty the anime, and it was done in that style. They have a clip from the Space Jam 2 cameo to highlight some of the other Warner Brothers crossovers they did, which also has Batman from Batman the Animated Series in it, oddly enough. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about there. Just something neat. Alright, so the creator of Netflix's Terminator Zero expressed why they decided to use the T-800 in the show. And going off of the quote, where's the quote? Where's the quote? Where's the quote? Okay, there it is. No, that is not a quote, that's just the name. Here it is. So the creator has stated, anytime I was asking myself about the Terminator and what is this version of the Terminator? What the fuck am I doing? I would always go back to the speech that Kyle Reese gives when he and Linda Hamilton's Sarah Connor are kind of ducked down there in the car, where he's just like, this thing can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse, and it will never fucking stop. I found that to be so primal, says the creator of Terminator Zero. Now, I've yet to watch Terminator Zero, and I have no idea if they actually ended up using the T-800 in a good way, but we're just going to have to wait and see. And again, I must state, I am not that big of a Terminator fan in general, so, well. Anyways, moving right along to Richard Williams' Adventures in Animation. Yes, a biographical book about Richard Williams, featuring passages that were written by him, along with this other guy, Imogen Sutton, has been released or will be released. Hold on. Does it specifically have a release date? I don't know, it doesn't say. But basically, this is a book all about Richard Williams, his career in animation, and in particular, Roger Rabbit. That seemed to be mainly what they are highlighting here. It is called Adventures in Animation: How I Learned, Who I Learned From, and What I Did with It. So, we have a quote from the man himself. Robert Zemeckis asked, "But isn't it more work?" And I replied, "What do you think animation is? It's nothing but work. That's our job. Turning things in space." So, yeah, it appears that this appears to be mainly about his time on Roger Rabbit, which is very refreshing because a lot of the times when people talk about Richard Williams these days, it is about The Thief and the Cobbler. And, granted, The Thief and the Cobbler is a very interesting story, but it has been told to death. There is an entire documentary film about it. Saberspark just made a video about it. There have been tons of fan edits trying to make the correct version of the film. But it's a very interesting story. It's just been told to death. So glad we're looking at this through the Roger Rabbit perspective. Oh no, why do we have this quote? What is this quote? He said to Zemeckis, "I love the early Disney movies, Snow White, Dumbo, Bambi, Pinocchio, Fantasia, but I thought the animation of Mary Poppins was awful. The cartoons look pasted on. They look like they're on a piece of glass in front of the characters. You're mixing the two realms and they don't fit. It demeans the animation and it also wrecks the live action. This passed on business." It's just so good. Okay, so that's very ironic given on how the Mary Poppins penguins are in Roger Rabbit. But I see where he's coming from, or was coming from because he's dead. But I did not know he felt that way about Mary Poppins. That's interesting. Uh, yeah, so this book should be out soon, eventually. We'll see. Consider me interested. I love the cover. It's like the cover of his book, The Animator Survivor's Kit, but he's on top of it, running the other direction. Whoa. Okay, what the fuck is this? Ice-T reports Quebec animation and VFX industry negatively impacted by tax credit cut. Okay. In March, the government of Quebec announced significant changes to its animation and visual effects tax credit, effective May 31st. The base rate of the tax credit was increased from 20 to 25%, but at the same time, a 65% cap was introduced, which Ice-T, I don't know how to. IATSE International points out is a sudden and significant cut. So yeah, that's a little sus. This is ultimately just going to amount to cheaper looking animation and cheaper looking visual effects, which Hollywood has been known for making a lot of bad looking special effects lately. So, hopefully things work out good for this, but I ultimately doubt it. Anyways, let's move on to something fun. So, every single year around Halloween time, Freeform does 31 Nights of Halloween. Nobody ever talks about Freeform any other time of the year unless it's in October or December. And just the other day, they announced their schedule for this year. I want to go over all the animated movies and shows that they will be showcasing. So, on October 1st at 5:05 p.m., they will be showing The Nightmare Before Christmas on top of some other Halloween films such as Halloween Town, The Haunted Mansion, Beetlejuice, and Hocus Pocus. Then we go over to October 2nd and we get Casper 1995 along with Arachnophobia making its premiere on Freeform, Beetlejuice, and Ghostbusters Afterlife. Moving over to the 3rd, we got more of Casper along with the Monsters Inc. films for some reason, because I guess monsters? Sure, we'll allow it. Along with Ghostbusters Afterlife and Hocus Pocus. Then, moving on to the 4th, we get a lot. We get a film that has surprisingly never premiered on Freeform, that it being The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Okay, that's pretty cool. But then everything changes when you realize that Cruella will be showcased on October 4th. Cruella is not a fucking Halloween movie, Disney! Stop pretending that it is! Like, what the fuck? Is it because it's a villain? Is it because Cruella's a fucking villain? Is that why you keep putting it in the Halloween collection on Disney Plus? Is that why you keep airing it during 31 nights of Halloween? Like, why the fuck are you keep doing this shit? And guess what? The Maleficent movies aren't Halloween movies either. God. We also got the first 2 Halloween Town movies, Goosebumps 2, Beetlejuice. Oh, and Little Shop of Horrors. Hell yeah! Love that shit. Okay, but moving forward, we definitely have nothing but Halloween stuff. Halloween-related stuff. We got Toy Story of Terror and Casper for the animation side, but there's also Spooky Buddies, Goosebumps 2, Edward Scissorhands, The House with a Clock in its Walls, Hocus Pocus, Beetlejuice, and The Haunted Mansion 2023 making its world television premiere. And then on Sunday, we got Nightmare Before Christmas and Casper again, and fucking again, Maleficent Mistress of Evil, which I just state, along with Cruella, is not a Halloween movie. Okay? I can accept you putting Mrs. Doubtfire here because I've seen your ads and you promote it as a Halloween film as a joke. Like, this is your joke movie that, like, you know isn't a Halloween film. You just market it as a Halloween film for shits and giggles. Okay, I get it. But, like, Maleficent? Really? God. But yeah, we got more repeats. And then we're back on the 7th with Casper, along with some more repeats. And, okay, now you're just fucking with me. The Sorcerer's Apprentice? The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The 2010 remake of the Mickey Mouse segment from Fantasia? How is that a Halloween movie? How? The rest of the movies on this day are Halloween. Like, we got Casper. But, like, why? Why the fuck is Encanto on the screen? You know, Halloween Town, that's a Halloween movie. Hocus Pocus, that's a Halloween movie. Are they going to show fucking Encanto on Wednesday the 9th? Okay. Wednesday the 9th, we actually got a lot of animated stuff, a lot of animated movies. We got Frankenweenie for the first time this month, along with Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Encanto! What? Why are you promoting this as a part of 31 Days of Halloween when you know for a fact that Encanto has nothing to do with Halloween? You guys don't even, like, promote it on Disney Plus as being a Halloween movie. Like, what the fuck are you even doing at this point? How is Encanto a Halloween movie? Why are you including it? You got plenty of Halloween movies in your library, Disney, and plenty of other Halloween movies you can license And yet you're including fucking Encanto when you could just air it on Freeform any other time of the year. Again, we get more repeats, and more repeats on the 10th. There's no animation, but more on the 11th. We get Toy Story of Terror and Casper on top of a new edition with Twitches 2. Nice. And then on Saturday, October the 12th, we got Toy Story of Terror, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, so there exists an adaptation of The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Fleming that came out about 100 years ago. It's a silent film. It stars Lon Chaney, and you can very much say that adaptation of the book is a horror movie, or at least horror adjacent. I would not say the same thing for Disney's adaptation of the story. Yes, it is significantly darker than most Disney films, but it is not a fucking Halloween film, Disney. Nobody in their right mind would include Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1996 animated Disney film, in their Halloween binge. But hey, at least the rest of the day, you got more Halloween stuff, like Casper and Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, even though, again, they're not really Halloween. They just have monsters in them. Where's Hotel Transylvania? And holy shit! Something Wicked This Way Comes! That movie isn't even on Disney Plus, and they're putting it on Freeform. I mean, it's late in the night, but it's on a Saturday, so people are very much going to be watching this. That's cool as hell, Disney. Respect that. And okay, the 13th, this is just a joke. This is such a joke. The Black Cauldron, I guess, is darker than other Disney movies, but still. Dumbo 2019. I mean, I guess they're including it in their Tim Burton marathon. I guess they're just showcasing all the Tim Burton movies they have the license to, which, I don't know, a more appropriate film for like the occasion of being Halloween themed would be Ed Wood. I know you've shown R-rated films on this block before, and it is a Tim Burton movie that you own, Disney. You don't have to license. And you know, I kind of understand like Black Cauldron kind of being like, you know, the prologue to this event. Like it doesn't officially start until Dumbo, but like, you know, Black Cauldron is a more dark Disney movie, and you know, Tim Burton did work on it. But you know, fucking Dumbo, really. Hey, we got Frankenweenie 2012. We also got Dark Shadows, which isn't good in terms of the live action stuff. But you know, we got plenty of other Burton films, including Nightmare Before Christmas, but also Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands, before rounding up the night with not a Tim Burton movie, but Arachnophobia. Okay. You still should have put in Ed Wood. I'm just saying. Okay, so moving right along to the 14th. The only animated project we have here is Casper. And moving on to Tuesday, the 15th, we got Frankenweenie once more, Casper, and the Incredibles movies. Okay, Freeform, you have to be trolling us at this point. You are trolling us. You are putting in all these Disney films that have nothing to do with Halloween just to troll us, right? Unless all of these Disney films are like fucking costume ideas. Like, you know how a lot of streaming services will have like a selection of films that have nothing to do with Halloween, but they're like, oh, these will be a good costume pick. Like, is that what they're doing? Like every single day they include like a movie that will be like a good costume idea. It's fucking dumb though. Okay, we got more repeats, including Nightmare Before Christmas, Poppin' Knowledge. What the fuck? Is that like a trivia thing? And Okay, this is just pissing me off. Despicable Me's 1, 2, and 3 on Thursday, October 17th. Not only do they have nothing to do with Halloween, they're not even in the Disney library. So you're just including these for zero reason. And Muppets from Space. That's more sci-fi than Halloween. Which Muppets from Space is stupid for two reasons. One, Disney doesn't even own Muppets from Space. They have to license it out. They can license Muppets from Space to be on Freeform, but they can't license it to be on Disney Plus. I know it's nobody's favorite Muppet movie, but still. And second of all, there is a Muppets Halloween special. Disney made a Halloween special with the Muppets and Haunted Mansion, but they're airing that, but they're not airing it, and instead they're airing Muppets from Space. What the fuck? And it just keeps on continuing. In the next day, we got Despicable Me, Monsters Inc., and Monsters University. What do these have to do with Halloween? I get it, monsters, but still. They are cooking with Little Shop of Horrors, though. They are cooking. Not animation, but I do want to point out Pirates of the Caribbean, really? Okay, what else do we have here? Cruella again! Why the fuck do they keep airing it so many times? Not even a Halloween movie! And on Monday, oh god. The Alice in Wonderland movies? Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Oh my god. What is this lineup? What is this lineup? Were none of the studios willing to air their movies this year? What the fuck? Oh god. Oh fuck. Look away. Look away. Look away. It's not even animation. Not an animation, so we're not have to talk about it. Okay, so after a couple days of a bit of an animation drought, we got on Thursday, October 24th, Aladdin 2019. What the fuck? What the fuck does that have to do with Halloween? I did not expect to get this angry at this, but this is fucking ridiculous. Oh, hell yeah, we're getting our Goosebumps marathon. It's the reboot, but still, that's awesome for being a Goosebumps marathon all day. It's gonna be sick. Not animation related, but I just still want to point that out. Okay, after a Goosebumps marathon on Friday, we get back to animation with Casper, and The Adventure of Physic Bot and Mr. Toad. Holy shit! We got an entire day. We got 2 days in a row with nothing but Halloween-related movies and TV shows. Was it that hard, Freeform? Look at that guy. And wow! Will you look at that? It's the same thing with Sunday. We got Casper. We got Frankenweenie. We got Nightmare Before Christmas. We got the Monsters Inc. movies, which, okay, Halloween adjacent. But everything else is very much Halloween related. And then we fuck it all up on Sunday by, yes, including Frankenweenie, but the Incredibles movies again. Yay! Way to go, Freeform. You 31 days of Halloween, my ass. Okay. On the 29th, we got Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad and Cruella again. God damn it! What the fuck? Cruella. It's not a Halloween movie, Disney. Stop pretending that it is. All right. We got the penultimate day with just Casper in terms of animation, but more Halloween films. Nothing but Halloween films, and they better not fuck this up on the day itself. Finally, on Halloween, we got the big ones with Hocus Pocus, Casper, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus again, Hocus Pocus 2, and they will end the block off for the year with Little Shop of Horrors. So, and all programming is subject to change. So that's the full lineup so far of 31 Nights of Halloween for 2024. Look, man, all of the actual Halloween related stuff that they managed to get this year, I dig it. I'm looking forward to it. But my God, why are there so many Disney films that aren't even Halloween related in this lineup? Like Encanto, like the Incredibles films, like Dumbo, like the Alice in Wonderland films, like the Aladdin remake, even the Despicable Me movies, which aren't even owned by Disney. I don't know, man. This is just fucking stupid. Yeah, we are focusing on that for a while. I did not expect me to get that angry about it and to be that focused on it, but either way, Mel Brooks has joined an animated movie. Mel Brooks is going to be a part of an upcoming independent animated film called The Land of Sometimes, and we actually got a bit of a highlight right here. Brooks and Butterfield, also Asha Butterfield, joined cast additions Henwick, Glass Onion, and Aisha Ware, as well as previously announced stars Ewan McGregor, Helena Bonham Carter, and the late Terry Jones in one of his final roles. So yeah, this seems to be an upcoming indie film, which no release date yet, but it does have the one of the final performances of Monty Python's Terry Jones, which is very sad, but does make this film a little bit special. So The Land of Sometimes, it's gonna have Mel Brooks, Ewan McGregor, Helena Bonham Carter, and Terry Jones in it. Sign me up. That's a great cast. So, moving right along, if we can. God damn it. Okay. Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. So, moving right along, what else do we have? What else do we have on Yahoo? Oh, this is the big news. This is the big news that everybody has been talking about this week. Inside Out 2 has officially beat out the Lion King remake and has become the highest grossing animated film of all time at just $1.666 billion, beating out the Lion King's 1.6569 noise billion. Oh, it's just beat it by that much. Wow. So yeah, highest grossing animated film, Inside Out 2. I will admit, I expected Inside Out 2 to make a lot of money. You know, why wouldn't it? I did not expect it to become the highest grossing animated film ever. Although, once I realized there was a very good chance of it beating Lion King, I was like, okay, beat the Lion King. Which is kind of ironic because, like, even before it beat Lion King, Disney was already marketing the fact that it is the highest grossing animated film. Even Pete Docter said it at D23, which, you know, just wrong. Disney still wants us to think that the Lion King remake is a live action film when it's not. It's fully animated. It has one live action shot. The SpongeBob movies have more live action in them. WALL-E had more live action in it. But either way, yeah, I'm glad that it beat out The Lion King and that Disney doesn't have to lie anymore about Inside Out 2 or even Frozen 2 beforehand. So, yeah, that's pretty cool piece of news. All right. Speaking of Pixar, we got a new wave of Incredibles Funko Pops released for the 20th anniversary. There's going to be a grand total of 5. Oh, it's going to be a Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl Pops in their classic uniforms. There will also be variants in black and white. We also got an Edna mode with fiery eyes, which is pretty unique. And we got Syndrome with the demon Jack in his hair. Do we have better pictures? Do we have better pictures? No, we do not. Yeah, these are really cool pops. These two are pretty basic, standard pops, but I really like what they did with these pops right over here of Edna and Syndrome. That's pretty cool and unique. So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing these pops and grabbing them. Oh, they are available now. Well, I guess I can go to Hot Topic and grab them. That's nice. Okay, so we brought up a lot of Disney remakes today, but we have some more Disney remake stuff. Anya Taylor-Joy has expressed that she wants to be able to play the live action Elsa. If Disney ever gets around to playing Elsa, or if Disney ever gets around to remaking Frozen, she wants to play Elsa. She says, I'd be the favorite at every kid's birthday party. She says, being a party princess Elsa is not enough. I have to be Elsa on the big screen. Damn it. You know, Anya, you're a decent singer. You're a big name. Nothing's stopping you from just being Elsa on Broadway. I guess she doesn't want to be on Broadway. She wants to be on a big screen, damn it. It's a dream role for her, but, she definitely got the looks. I definitely really enjoy Anya Taylor-Joy as an actress. I don't know if she'll be a good Elsa, though. I'm hesitant to see if she can pull it off, but, I also, like, Disney hasn't even announced that they're going to remake Frozen, which they shouldn't. The film is still too recent to be remade, even if it should get a remake, but regardless. And once the film finally gets old enough to be remade, who knows if Anya Taylor-Joy will even still be old enough to play the character. Like, I don't know. I don't know how old she is, but I doubt, like, a 30-plus-year-old Elsa would work in live action. I mean, Idina Menzel can pull it off because, it's just her voice. It doesn't matter how old she is. She can play the character forever. But, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, so Attack on Titan has announced that they're going to make an announcement. That's silly. But for real, though, Attack on Titan has made an announcement that they're going to announce something very special for the manga's 15th anniversary. We don't know what it is. We don't know what they're going to do. We don't know if they're making, like, I don't know, a new movie, a new show, or anything like that. All we really know is that something big is happening to celebrate the manga's 15th anniversary. So, we'll just wait and see. I like the manga. I want to know what's going on. Okay. So, Netflix has announced what they're going to be doing for Tadom. Not Tadom, Geek Week, God! What they will be revealing for Geek Week. They announced that they're going to be showcasing a variety of their upcoming TV shows, including Squid Game, Arcane, One Piece, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Don't Move, Wednesday, Cobra Kai, Mountain Valley 3, Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, Devil May Cry, and more. There's a trailer there, but we're not going to watch it. But yeah, the Geek Week begins on September 16th, and we're going to be getting tons of updates on various Netflix originals, including animation-related ones such as One Piece and other properties such as Arcane and Avatar, and even some new shows that will be made, such as the upcoming Tomb Raider and Devil May Cry animated shows. So we'll see what Netflix has in store for that. Speaking of Arcane, we got a brand new Arcane poster. Look at it. Look at her. It says a trailer is coming September 5th. That's tomorrow. A trailer is coming tomorrow for September 5th for the next season of Arcane. We'll definitely be reacting to that next week. Although I'm pretty sure like a quick teaser is already out, which we're going to be watching. But yeah, that's a quick little Arcane update. So again, I mentioned earlier in this video, like I don't know, 5 hours ago. Sorry, I just hit the mic. That I got the chance to watch the re-release of Coraline to celebrate its 15th anniversary. Well, through that re-release, it managed to do so much better than brand new movies that were actually in theaters, like Borderlands at the global box office. But through it, it also managed to become the highest grossing stop motion animated film domestically. Stating, for context, Coraline concluded its original 2009 run with $75 million domestically and $124 million worldwide, against a reported budget of $60 million. The film's re-release numbers alone have contributed to over $45 million in the global box office. So, I think it's safe to say that the Coraline re-release was a success, and hopefully Laika will consider re-releasing some of their other films like Paranorman, The Box Trolls, and Cuban the Two Strings. I had an absolute blast watching Coraline in the theater. There's going to be a Toon Talk on it in a few weeks, hopefully in time for Halloween. And, you know, it was just amazing to see this beautiful stop motion animation in 4K on the big screen. It truly is remarkable and a significant different experience than just, you know, watching it on my TV every Halloween. And, you know, I highly recommend you check out Coraline in theaters if you haven't gotten the chance. Okay, so context. The game Concord had just recently been shut down and removed from all of the PlayStation stores, which is ironic because Amazon is making a brand new animated anthology series from the creators of Love, Death, and Robots called Secret Level, which every episode will be based off of a different video game. Now, the show already has episodes based off of The Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 77, along with God of War, and even some retro games such as Pac-Man and Mega Man. But one of those was a more contemporary modern game, such as Concord. Concord's getting one of those episodes still, and it's funny because you can't play the game anymore. Like, what? Are we gonna get like a fucking Silent Hills one? Like, specifically like a. This is just so funny. And like the tagline is like, oof, I forgot that Concord has an episode in upcoming TV series Secret Level. That is like the best title for like any gaming article I've ever read. I think it's like up there with like the animation articles too. That's funny. That is hilarious. But yeah, this whole Concord situation is just hilarious. I haven't played the game. I just heard nothing but bad things about it. It just looked like a cheap attempt to like copy the success of like Overwatch and maybe a little bit of Borderlands in there to me. It just didn't look appealing. But apparently nobody else thought the show was appealing because it got shut down, which is ironic because it's still going to be in Secret Level. Oof. Okay, so Lego has officially released their brand new Transformers set, and it's Bumblebee. We got a Bumblebee set right over there. Look at Bumblebee. Look at a box for 18 and up because it's a very complicated build. I've not heard good things about this Lego set. I've heard very negative things about it. In fact, saying that it's impossible to get Bumblebee to transform, and the instructions are very cryptid. Well, this shows what Bumblebee is supposed to transform into. I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see. So, Despicable Me got its digital release and has some brand new exclusive content. This hilarious addition to the beloved franchise now comes packed with over an hour of bonus content, including 2 Minions mini movies, exclusive voice recording sessions with Steve Carell and Will Ferrell, Gru and Megamind, ooh, deleted and extended scenes, and loads of hilarious extras. Look, man, the last Despicable Me movie that I saw in the theaters was Despicable Me 3. I was significantly busy when Minions Rise of Gru came out, and that was when I ultimately decided to like give up on the franchise, because that was the first one I didn't see in the theater, and I had not watched Despicable Me 4 either. Unless I eventually decide to make a video about it, I am kind of done with the Despicable Me franchise. Like, I know they're gonna keep making these movies. Like, they're gonna make Minions 3 coming on like 2027, I think. They're gonna keep milking this franchise to the end of time with no sign of it stopping. So we're all gonna get fucking sick of those Minions. We're already sick of these Minions. We were sick of the Minions like 10 years ago, and yet they're still making these movies. It's been going on so long that, like, I think most of the kids that watched Despicable Me 4 weren't even alive when the first film came out. That's crazy. And I know I'm speaking crazy, but like, I remember I was in like those kids' shoes once. Like, remember how much Ice Age got milked for all it's worth and got like 5 fucking movies before Disney resurrected it? By the time that, like, I wasn't even alive when the first Ice Age came out. And yet I was 12 when the fifth one came out. Because they just kept fucking making those movies. They were for the same target audience, too. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Moving right along. Star Trek Day celebrates with Make an Impact campaign and free episodes. What? Free episodes of Star Trek. Take the chain, make an impact. In celebration of Star Trek Day, September 8th, the franchise announces Take the Chain, Make an Impact, a global campaign encouraging fans to embrace the optimistic vision of a brighter future and give back to the inclusive community of fans of that Star Trek has fostered over the years. So that's nice. They're doing a little charity event, and they're going to showcase free episodes of Star Trek. And on the animation side, they're going to be showcasing Star Trek the Animated Series, Beyond the Farthest Star, Star Trek and Star Trek Lower Decks, Second Contact. I see no episode for Prodigy, but they kind of like to pretend Prodigy never existed for some reason. But yeah, that's a neat little update. Not update, that's a neat little announcement for Star Trek. Oh, we're almost done with the news. We're almost done. Christ, I've been sitting here for so long. Okay, so Tim Burton, back on Tim Burton, has gotten a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Famous filmmaker Tim Burton finally got his well-deserved star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame a few days ago. Several of the people that Tim Burton has worked with throughout his career were present, including Winona Ryder, Michael Keaton, and I believe I believe that Danny DeVito was there too. Uh, this article mentions Johnny Depp, but I don't think Johnny Depp was at the event. Tim Burton was immortalized in Hollywood history on Tuesday afternoon. The director, who has been turning out classic films since the 1980s, including Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, and The Nightmare Before Christmas, landed a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Just in time for the release of Beetlejuice 2, he finally got his well-deserved star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I noticed that this article stated that he turned out films like The Nightmare Before Christmas. Technically, they didn't never said that he directed Nightmare Before Christmas in this article, so I can't really fault them on that. But that's Henry Selick's film. So either way, congratulations to Tim Burton for finally getting his star. I feel like more and more when a celebrity gets announced to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, I'm like, they never had one to begin with? Why is it taking this long? It's crazy. Either way, it's kind of crazy Weird Al got a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Donald Trump got one before Tim Burton. How fucked up is that? Either way, congratulations to Tim Burton. And our final bit of news will be relating to Barney the dinosaur. Mattel has announced the release date for the Barney reboot, which will air on Cartoon Network's Cartoonito. Oh no, it's going to be airing on Max, as well as Cartoonito and Discovery Kids. It will debut on October 14th, the scariest Halloween project of all. I know, we've kind of been more kind to Barney in recent years, but it's still a very ugly CGI design. But they've also announced his voice actor, and hold on, where's his voice actor? His voice actor Jonathan Langdon, who was popular with Disney's zombie franchise. Jonathan Langdon provides the voice of Barney. The show's cast also features Braden McNulty, Jonathan Tan, Chad Jirochi, Diana Tsoi, and Ella Pekachko. Mattel Television Studios and Corcus Entertainment's Nelvana are producing Barney's World, which has an initial order of 52 11-minute episodes, which rough around to 26 half-hour blocks, which we never really get TV shows that last that long these days, unless they're animated family shows or preschool shows in this case. So yeah, I guess Mattel has that much faith in this Barney reboot, which is, good for them. Either way, what do you guys think about this upcoming Barney reboot? Let me know in the comments. Alrighty then, let's move on to some trailers. Now, we have a grand total of 6 trailers to be looking at here today. And the first one comes from IFC Films, and it's the indie film we mentioned a while ago, Memoir of a Snail. Memoir of a Snail. Not Memoir. Memoir of a Snail. The official HD trailer from IFC. Let's give it a look. Look. Funny. The animation reminds me of Mary and Max. Adam Elliott. Was he the director of Mary and Max? There he is. Mary and Max. Stop motion wonder magnificent. The animation does look freaking beautiful. Charming and bewildering. Unforgettable. Love this animation. It's like Mary and Max in color. It looks beautiful. Like look at that. Oh, look at that church burning. That's sad. Oh, Memoir of a Snail. Okay, so that was the trailer for Memoir of a Snail. Wow, this looks impressive. This looks so good. Now, yeah, this is from the director of Mary and Max, and this looks to be yet another indie darling from this director. And yeah, from what I've seen with just this small trailer, I don't think I need to watch it again. I don't think I need to watch any other trailers to know that I'm definitely going to be checking this movie out. This movie looks really dang good, and I don't have to wait long because according to the description, it is going to be in theaters on October 25th. October is a packed month, like for film in general, but definitely in terms of animation. Like we also have Piece by Piece and Memoir of a Snail as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff to consume in October, and most of it isn't Halloween related, which is kind of funny in a way. But you know, if you guys are interested in Memoir of a Snail, again, it will be released in theaters on uh, October 25th. Moving right along to trailer number two, we got the official trailer to The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3, a very popular adult animated series on Amazon Prime. I have not gotten the chance to watch this show, but I know a lot of you have. So let's just jump right into the trailer. Okay, that's how you start a fucking trailer. Oh, going ahead. This motherfucker looks like Kratos. The animation is pretty impressive, though. That dragon looks a little funky. I don't know. It's giving, but the action does look fantastic, though. They'll never. Oh, they said they've never faced anything like this. Oh, some death. Oh, mhm. The Legend of Vox Machina. Okay, so that was the trailer for season three of The Legend of Vox Machina. I think it looks like a lot of fun. It definitely has a more lighter toned than I was expecting for this show. Not that that's a bad thing or anything. It's just I was expecting more of like a serious show, kind of like the Zack Snyder cartoon we reacted to last week. But what I saw actually looked like a lot of fun. Definitely gives me kind of like a D&D vibe. The animation I thought looked really good, except for this dragon. This dragon looks so much like a Nickelodeon CG cartoon from 2010 or even from last year. It looks bad. The dragon looks like it came out of a Shrek 2 tie-in game. And that's saying something because the dragon wasn't even in Shrek 2. This looks like it's the pre-render of a dragon from Lord of the Rings. This dragon looks like shit. It's what I'm saying. But the rest of the animation looks really good. Especially during the action scenes and all the effects. Like this just looks sick. That looks amazing. This guy looks like fucking Kratos. Yeah, he looks like freaking Kratos right over there. But yeah, that's a very interesting looking trailer. But this, I guess you could say, this got me intrigued to check out the rest of the show. So if you guys are a fan of The Legend of Vox Machina, sorry that I just insulted some of the aspects of it, but if you guys are looking forward to this season, keep in mind it is streaming on Amazon Prime Video on October 3rd. Now, it doesn't necessarily say if all of the episodes will be streaming or it's going to be like a weekly thing, but I don't know how this show does that type of thing, but that is in fact happening. Okay, moving right along to trailer number 3. This is probably going to be my favorite trailer we react to in the whole episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. It's funny. I actually just got back from an audition for a production of Peter Pan. Like, literally, I got home from the audition and I pressed record on this video. So that's like 2 different things of Peter Pan that I have to do in one day that are both completely different from each other and have nothing to do with the Disney versions, even though this is supposed to be an animation news show. But, this whole cinematic universe is being based off of what Disney did that's in the public domain. So that's why I think it counts. Either way, let's watch the trailer for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. This is gonna be so fucking bad. Premiere Entertainment. Pop goes the weasel. They turned him into fucking Pennywise? Oh my god. Why they the twisted minds behind Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Let's go to Neverland. Oh, you made a mistake. Oh. Take Michael and John. Oh, they just gave him a knife? Really? Oh. Oh, he can fly. Because he kills them. Mm. Well, show us all the kills. Why are you still doing the game? Coming soon. Okay, so that was the trailer for. Hold on, where's the title? There it is. That was the trailer for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. You guessed it, it looks like shit. It looks really bad. I mean, like, it's like, yeah, you could do so much more with this idea. You could do a million different things with the idea of an evil Peter Pan. Like, Disney has done more ideas with like an evil Peter Pan. Like, they've like made Peter Pan like evil in Once Upon a Time, where he like does a whole bunch of stuff that's too complicated to get into, and they even turned like the official animated Disney Peter Pan into the villain in Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. But turning Peter Pan into a slasher villain that has potential, that has so much potential because of the simple fact that Peter Pan was already a pretty creepy guy. You know, you got this guy showing up in your bedroom at night saying, "Hey, you want to go to Neverland? You can never grow up." And there was already this theory that Peter Pan was taking the Lost Boys to Neverland so he can kill them, which I think a good way to like adapt this story into a horror film would be kind of like, I don't know, sort of like, I don't know, Wendy, John, and Michael, and maybe even Nanny. They all get kidnapped by Peter Pan, and him and the Lost Boys are torturing them. However, they get rescued by the fairies. Tinkerbell rescues them, and they try to make their way out of Neverland, but they keep coming across deadly sirens, the natives, the deadly sirens, the mermaids, savage killers, which would be the natives. I don't know if they'd be like, or maybe the natives will be allies to like kind of like not be racist. Yeah, I think it'd be better if they were like allies of them. But I think you should still keep like the pirates as like evil, because and all of this would be to like build up to Peter Pan, and you have to kill Peter at the end, or and you can kill off John, Michael, and maybe even Tinkerbell. But I definitely think like Wendy should be like the final girl, and have her and Peter face off at the end. But maybe because Wendy killed Peter in Neverland, Peter is able to come back because he can never grow up. And so you can tease a sequel that way. That would be such a. I just came up with that shit on the spot. Obviously, you would need to change some things a little bit, but that sounds like a more genuine Peter Pan horror film. Like a more taking advantage of your property and putting a horror twist on it. More than whatever the fuck this is. Like, I guess this is supposed to be one of the darlings. Maybe that's like Mrs. Darling. But like, you turned Peter Pan into fucking Pennywise. Like, literally right here, you turned Peter into Pennywise. And you gave him like this. You gave him. Let me try to find that scene on the fucking bus. You gave him this design, which barely even resembles, like, vaguely resembles the Phantom of the Opera. And the outfit does kind of look like Peter Pan, but you didn't even give him a little hat or anything like that. And, he could fly. He could fly. It's something. But I don't know. I think there is a way to make like horror Peter Pan work, as silly as it sounds. But you have to put fucking effort into this. And I know they probably don't have the budget to like go out on an island and film all this shit with mermaids and pirates and fairies and all that stuff. But the description says that they meet Tinkerbell. They meet Tinkerbell in the movie. Wendy meets Tinkerbell. Wait, hold on. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who will be seen taking heroin, believing that it's pixie dust. Is that the best you can fucking do? That edgelord bullshit? Oh, Tinkerbell does heroin and she says it's pixie dust. Like, okay, that sounds like something like some edgy bullshit, like Zack Snyder ass, like 2010s bullshit for this is for adults now, so we gotta add in drugs. Like, is the fact that Peter Pan is killing people now not adult enough for you? You gotta have Tinkerbell do fucking drugs? I bet she's not even a fairy in this film. She's probably just like, I don't know, this is gonna be. I saw decent reviews for Blood and Honey 2. I haven't watched it yet. But I don't know, man. If this is anything like the quality of the first film, I think we're in for like a disaster. But hey, at least they had the budget to make Peter fly, even if he's just levitating for a little bit. So like they are still going to have like some magical stuff in it because we do have Peter flying, or maybe it's going to be more of like a spiritual thing because maybe they're going to make Peter a demon. I don't know, but either way, like maybe Peter sold his soul, made a deal with the devil or anything in exchange to live forever. But you know, in order to live forever and be young forever, he has to keep killing kids. Like maybe that would be that's also like a good interpretation of trying to make turn Peter Pan into a horror movie. But I bet literally anything I could think of, it's better than whatever the fuck the filmmakers came up with for Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. So, but if you guys are interested, the film will be released in theaters sometime this year, I think. I don't know. Anyways, moving on to our next trailer, we got a very short one, and it is the 15-second teaser trailer for Everybody Still Hates Chris, the animated reboot of Everybody Hates Chris. So, let's give it a watch. Okay, so again, very quick, but that was the trailer or teaser for Everybody Still Hates Chris, the animated reboot of Everybody Hates Chris, which will premiere on Comedy Central on September 25th. I talked about this last week. I was not impressed with this show. It's just about how it looks, like still image is. And just looking at the animation, it looks and feels like a Family Guy clone, which is weird because it is supposed to be like its own reboot of a classic sitcom. But, you know, as I mentioned last week, it's not the first time it happened that somebody tried to reboot a sitcom and just turn it into a Family Guy clone. It happened earlier this year with Good Times. It like Seth MacFarlane was even the executive producer, and his production company made the show. So, yeah, it can happen, but you know, visually it looks like a Family Guy ripoff. But you know, hopefully the show itself still feels like Everybody Hates Chris. I really enjoy Everybody Hates Chris. It's not my favorite sitcom, but definitely up there in terms of being a really good sitcom. And I very much respect the fact that, you know, Chris Rock is back, so maybe he'll have some bit of a creative say in how the quality of the show to make sure that it feels like the original show and not just a poor ripoff. Because, you know, one of the biggest controversies with Good Times is that it didn't feel like Good Times, it just felt like Family Guy. So hopefully, uh, this reboot of Everybody Hates Chris will be good. Especially since it's not even a reboot, it's a sequel. Chris Rock is back. Terry Crews is back as Julius. I think some other cast members are back, but the cast is back. The creator's back. Chris is back. So, we'll see. Plus, it's definitely a sequel because Chris is 17 now. He's in high school. Is He'll most likely be going off to college in future seasons if they decide to not age him up. If they decide to age him up, hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, what do you guys think? Everybody Still Hates Chris. All right, for our penultimate trailer, we have another quick one, a 37 teaser trailer for the second season of Arcane. Now, the full trailer comes out tomorrow, but we got this little teaser a few days ago. So let's just jump right into it. Okay. Full trailer on the 5th. Okay, I think the rest of the video is just posters. But hey, that was the quick little teaser for Arcane Season 2. Not a whole lot to go off of. I've yet to watch Arcane. I know it came out like 3 years ago, but I've yet to watch it. Sorry. But the animation looks very much impressive. Uh, I know it came out later, but definitely gives me some vibes of Nimona, another Netflix animation project. But, it definitely looks good. I'm also not that big of a fan of the League of Legends franchise, which is kind of why I was hesitant to watch it to begin with. But when people talk about Arcane, they barely even mention the fact that, it's technically based off of League of Legends. Like, look how small League of Legends is compared to Arcane. Like, I feel like Arcane is one of those, like, licensed video game based shows that, like, people keep forgetting is based on a video game because it's so much of its own thing. And luckily, that own thing is something really good and people really like. No, excuse me. But yeah, I've yet to watch Arcane. The full trailer comes out tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that. And finally, our final trailer for the evening, we have. Oh, don't wait for that. We have Dragon Ball Daima, the next Dragon Ball series, which will be released in October of this year. Let's do this thing. Dragon Ball 40th anniversary. Oh, okay. Beautiful art style. From original story character Akira Toriyama. Okay. I guess this was one of the last things he worked on before he passed. Conspiracy brews in an unknown world. Welcome to the demon realm. I feel like this trailer would mean a lot more if I was a Dragon Ball fan. Okay. That was the trailer for Dragon Ball Daima, the next Dragon Ball series. Didn't look bad. It looks to be the big celebration of the franchise's 40th anniversary because we do see a lot of young Goku and old Goku. Plus, earlier there was this big thing with like clips from past episodes and movies, I can only assume. So, again, I'm not really a Dragon Ball fan, but I do respect what it has done for animation history and just pop culture history in general. So, definitely does look like a show. Uh, yeah, sorry to end the video on such a nothing news story for me, but that's that's the trailer for Dragon Ball. If you guys are interested, please let me know in the comments. That'll be it for the news and the trailers. But we're not quite done with the video just yet. Because we also have two additional segments we need to do. That being, what to watch. Basically, these are all the animated movies and TV shows that are coming out this week that you can watch. So basically, on September 7th, Disney Channel will premiere their newest cartoon called Stugo. So that'll premiere on September 7th on Disney Channel. I haven't heard anything about the show. Didn't even know it existed until I was looking at Google to see what animated shows were coming out. And I saw that Disney Channel was making a new cartoon, which is crazy because I didn't see them market this at all. I didn't see an announcement for anything like that, yet it's coming out in just a couple of days. And the same thing goes for Fox's next show, which will be airing the next day on September 8th,